You're here for a reason, and it's far greater than you realize. This is not luck, and it's not coincidence. Something extraordinary is about to break through into your life, something capable of shifting your destiny forever. The moment you found this message, a divine alignment took place. Whether you see it clearly or not, you've been guided here by a higher hand, one that has been shaping your path long before this moment. Deep down, you've always sensed it. You've walked through life feeling different, as if you were never meant to blend into the crowd. While others seemed content with the ordinary, you carried an inner stirring, a quiet voice telling you there was more. At times you've been left out, overlooked by those who should have recognized your value. There were days when it felt as if no one truly saw you. But today, the truth will be revealed. You are chosen. When God sets his hand upon someone, the very atmosphere begins to change. Obstacles shift, hidden doors swing open, and what once seemed impossible begins to take form. Yet, this calling does not come without cost. With purpose comes pressure. With blessing comes battle. Now you can begin to understand why your path has been marked with storms, why you've endured seasons of loss and loneliness. Each hardship was a chapter in your preparation. Not a single tear was wasted. Every sleepless night, every moment when hope felt distant, they were all refining you, shaping your heart and strengthening your spirit for what lies ahead. Before we go deeper, I want you to take a step of faith. Type in the comments, "I have been chosen." These words carry power. Speaking them is not just acknowledgement, it is alignment. It's a declaration to heaven and earth that you are ready to embrace the destiny set before you. From your earliest days, your spirit has carried a difference. While many around you walked predictable paths, you've lived with a restlessness, a sense that you were meant for something far greater. You've faced betrayals, seasons where you felt abandoned, and doors that refused to open. And yet, you're still standing. That's the sign of the chosen. Think of Joseph in the scriptures. Betrayed by his own brothers, sold as a slave, imprisoned without cause, every moment could have broken him. Yet God used those trials to prepare him for a position that would save an entire nation. When the time was right, everything shifted in an instant. Your life has mirrored this in ways you may not have noticed. People have walked away. Relationships have ended suddenly. Some connections were cut off without explanation. And while you may have grieved those losses, they were not accidents, they were divine removals. God was clearing the way for the next chapter. And maybe you've asked, why me? The answer is simple. Extraordinary missions are given to those who can endure extraordinary tests. God calls the resilient, the courageous, the ones who rise even after being knocked down. Every rejection, every season of isolation, every challenge that seemed impossible was molding you into someone who can carry a greater weight than most will ever know. Look back at the storms you've survived. You faced nights of silence when it felt as though heaven was far away, yet you did not give up. You walked through valleys so deep that others would have turned back, yet you pressed on. You endured, and that endurance is proof of the anointing on your life. Now here you are, standing on the edge of something new. This is the moment when the truth becomes undeniable. God has seen you. He has chosen you, and He is about to move in your life. You might try to explain it away as chance, but your spirit knows this is no accident. Something inside you is awakening, and the answers you've been searching for are beginning to take shape. Understand this. Being chosen will not make the road easy, it will make it worth it. Yes, challenges may intensify, but now you have the clarity to see them for what they are, preparation for the fulfillment of your calling. Breathe in. Center yourself. The revelation is about to break open. God didn't just notice you, He appointed you. Every trial was training. Every battle was building the strength you would need for the next season. You are stepping into a time when what was hidden will be revealed, when what was closed will be opened, and when the purpose you've carried silently will finally begin to unfold before your eyes. You are not here by accident. You are not here without reason. You have been chosen, and your time has come. I truly believe that being chosen by God is not about living an easy life, but about living a meaningful one. Every challenge, every loss, every moment I've felt misunderstood has shaped me into the person I am today. I've come to see that the trials I faced weren't there to destroy me, they were there to prepare me. And even when I couldn't see it, God was guiding my steps, removing people and situations that didn't belong in my future. I know now that nothing in my life has been random. I was chosen for a purpose, and that purpose is worth every battle I've fought. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to move through life with ease, as if obstacles never touch them? Why their path looks so much smoother than yours? The reason is simple. They were not set apart for something greater. They were not forged for a divine mission, but you were, and now you are beginning to understand what that truly means. Something is shifting in the unseen realm. The atmosphere around you is different. What once left you confused is now beginning to align and make sense. God is calling forth His chosen ones, those who have been refined in silence, hidden from the spotlight, tested in deserts, and yet walked through the fire without being consumed. You are one of them, but carrying this calling comes with a cost. Look back for a moment. Hasn't there always been resistance every time you tried to grow? Each step forward seemed to meet with an invisible pull backwards. People you trusted let you down. Opportunities that felt certain disappeared without warning. None of this was random. The enemy recognized who you were before you even discovered it yourself. He saw the light in your soul and tried to put it out before you embraced your true identity. He used situations, people, and even your own fears to make you believe you were ordinary. But that lie has now been broken. You know the truth. You have never been forgotten or abandoned. All along, you were being shaped for something far beyond the ordinary. God kept you hidden, training you like a warrior in the shadows before sending you to the battlefield. And now, the time of revealing has come. Do you feel it? That stirring inside, that growing strength, it's the sign, it's the call. You are being summoned to rise, to embrace the truth of who you are, to reject every false label ever placed on you. You are not small, you are not insignificant, you are not a mistake. The days of doubting your worth are over. God has already placed His seal upon your life, but now comes your part to accept this truth and move forward with certainty. Those chosen by God cannot live average lives. They don't follow the world's paths or mimic its choices, and because of this, they face resistance. Now that you know who you are, you must understand the next step. Knowing is not enough. You must act. The greatest thing standing in your way now is fear. Fear that this is real. Fear of stepping out. Fear of failing. But hear this clearly. Fear is the final wall between you and your destiny. If you push through it, nothing will be able to stop you. Think about all you've survived, every loss, every difficulty, every moment you thought you couldn't go on. Yet here you are. So what could possibly stop you now? Only your own hesitation. This is the moment to decide. Will you live as if nothing has changed, pretending you didn't hear this calling? Or will you rise and step into it fully? There is something waiting for you, something that only comes alive when you say yes. But no one else can choose for you. There is no halfway between being chosen and living in doubt. You must decide to leave behind your old ways and refuse to settle for less than the purpose you were created for. And when you choose, something shifts. Chains that held you begin to break. Closed doors start to open. Because when God calls and you accept, No force can stop his plan. That doesn't mean the road will be easy. In fact, the challenges may grow, opposition may rise. But now, you walk with the knowledge of who you are, and that changes everything. So here's the question. What will you do with this truth? Will you ignore it? Will you bury it? Or will you rise and walk into the life God has prepared for you? Once you know the truth, you can never unknow it. The waiting is over. The time for doubt has ended. This is the moment to act. God does not choose by accident. If his eyes are on you, it's because there is something in your life that must be fulfilled. This calling cannot be silenced. So pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Let these words settle into your spirit. From here, everything can change. Yes, it's a heavy decision. The responsibility can feel overwhelming. You may ask yourself, where do I begin? How do I take the first step? The truth is, the path has always been right in front of you. You just weren't ready to see it. But now you are. Every moment of your life, every high, every low, every victory, and every loss has prepared you for this very season. What once seemed like pointless pain now reveals itself as part of a perfect plan. God never allowed anything to touch you that wasn't shaping you. Every scar is a mark of survival, not weakness. Maybe you've been waiting for a sign, for something extraordinary to appear and confirm your purpose. But that sign has been with you all along. It's your own life, your journey, your resilience. Being chosen is not just about receiving blessings. It's about carrying a mission that requires courage, commitment, and surrender. So now the question is simple. Are you ready? If this message resonates in your heart, declare it now. Write in the comments, I am chosen. Speak it over your life. Let this declaration seal the truth you've just embraced. And don't keep this to yourself. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. You might know someone who is wandering, who feels unseen, who needs to be reminded of their value. This could be the very moment that changes everything for them. God brought you here for a reason, and that reason is unfolding now.